Well, hey there. It is Sunday morning. No, it's Saturday morning. I just got back yesterday afternoon from a very successful Fort DeSoto Spring IPT. I am Arthur Morris, and I cannot help myself. I love making beautiful pictures of birds, traveling to great spots like San Diego and Homer, and teaching other folks to do the same thing. So if you have some time on your hands, join me on an IPT next winter. I'll be offering some Fort DeSoto stuff again this coming fall. So on our second afternoon, we were just about to give up when this snowy egret flew in, feeding at a tiny outlet stream. You can learn lots more about that in the blog post that I'll link to below. So I created like almost 400 images of this single bird and chose these three as my favorite. He finished off with a beautiful ruffle, and I took about 70 pictures in 2 seconds. This was my favorite by far. So for today's video, we're going to optimize this image. We're going to convert the raw file and bring it into Photoshop. It doesn't need a whole lot of work, that's for sure. With this one and this one, I already know that I'm going to crop a little bit from below proportionately from this corner down here from the lower right to move the bird back in the frame a bit. This one doesn't need much. I just have to lose this little tiny bit of mangrove, little tiny sticks, whatever, sticking out of the water. Maybe clean up a little bit here. But we're going to start with this one today. So to bring it into Photoshop, I go Control, left click, Edit Photo with, and this will bring us into Photoshop. And the first thing we do is to mess around with the color balance. So I note 5400 is as shot. I can hit I for the eyedropper and click on the brightest white. See what that does from 5400 to 5550. That's warmed it up a little. And I like that because there was some pink from the clouds in the eastern sky with the sun having been behind us in the west. Hit the Option key, go to the white slider, move it to the right. And we see at 54 is lots of overexposed, then it disappears at 42. A third of 42 is 14, so I go to about 18, a little more than a third. 19 should do it. For the black slider, I hold the Option key, move this to the left. Ooh, here come the blacks right off the bat. So I don't need to go far. I've set my black slider. Clarity goes to 10 automatically. And I put dehaze to 2, though most people like it at 0. Vibrance pretty much by rote, increase to 10. I'll go 15 here, again to bring up that pink. Saturation I leave, and I will open up colors a bit by moving the shadow slider to the right. I love the soft white on white look, or soft white on pink here. And here's the stream that I talk about in the blog post. Now I go to Color Mixer. And I first start at saturation. I need to do a guide. Let's see what happens when we bring the reds up, if that increases the pink. Yeah, I'm going to 100 because that was super pink. And then I'm going to go to the yellows. And I'm going to increase the saturation there a bit, 25. And then I plan on opening that up with the luminance. So we go there. If we bring the red luminance down, it should make it more pink. That looks pretty good. And then with the yellows, I'll hit Z, enlarge the image once, and increase the luminance and brighten those yellows. I'm happy. I'm hitting Open to convert this to a TIFF and bring it into Photoshop. Open, there we go, Command minus. And first thing I do, no matter what, make a new background, copy, hit Filter, go to Topaz Labs, do Topaz Denoise. And I always run it on AI Clear. There we go. And it takes a bit while it's rendering the image. Tell you a bit about the last IPT in Fort DeSoto. We had 2 folks, one shooting Canon R3. He learned a ton, and one just starting out with Sony 200 to 600. So we had a great time. We had a mega first morning. The main pool was filled with more than 100 wading birds, including 4 spoonbills. And we had a mega third afternoon, completely unexpected. I'll be doing a video on that great afternoon in a little bit. So now we have our noise reduction in, and not a whole lot to do with this one. I did mention I was going to crop from the right and below to move the bird a bit back in the frame. Hit enter. I'm loving it, and I don't like these little things here, so we'll just go Command plus. We'll come down to this corner, and I'm going to use the spot healing brush to get rid of this tiny black speck here. And then I don't like this whole bit here. I'd rather make it grayer and lighter. So I'm going to try selecting with the patch tool and then Shift Delete for Content Aware Fill. See how it does. Well, it picked up some detail here from somewhere else. We don't want that, so I'm just going to go like this. That looks way better than that. And we'll come along here. J for the spot healing brush. And then you could be completely anal retentive and spend 3 hours doing that. We're going to just spend a few seconds. Beautiful clean beach. Here, I can use the patch tool to make my selection. Drag it here. Way better than the spot healing brush. Tiny to clean up these few specks. Command 0. Command minus, Command B gets rid of the frame view, Tab gets rid of that, and that looks very sweet. Yeah, I may see if I can make this a little cleaner here. Start again, P for the patch tool. Still not making good selection. Command plus, look how sharp. I'm going to come here. Actually, I'm going to do this a different way. Q for quick mask, B for brush. B for brush. And I'll make sure I'm at 100%. And I'm going to take this here and take this beautiful clean sand and use it to cover the part I don't like. Q, Command J, V for the move tool to bring it here. Position it perfectly. Command E to flatten, and then I can go spot healing brush, get rid of a few of these little nits, and see if we can smooth this out a bit with the spot healing brush. And same thing here. One little dimple here. Command 0, Tab to lose the tools, and I am quite happy with that. So I will go Shift Command S to save, and I'm having a nightmare. Snowy egret hunting in low light. And even though I have my Photoshop preferences set to save to the folder from which it opened, it doesn't do it. So I need to go Users, Arthur Morris, Documents, and this is beyond annoying. I call Tim Gray, and I'll put it in digital photographs and then move it to the May 10th folder. Hit OK. OK, I don't like saving layers, so I go flatten 8-bit by action. Shift Command S, putting it in digital photographs, thank God. Hit save, hit replace, and actually, you'll get to see me move it from digital photographs, and I'll teach you a really neat trick with Photo Mechanic. If I go to digital photographs, here we go. If we go to digital photographs and double click, there's my optimized picture looking beautiful. And we'll show you the EXIF just for a sec by pulling the slider out here. So 600 lens, 640th at f4, exposing well to the right. And I am happy. Then if you hit F, you go back and forth. You don't have to pull out the box on the right. Now I'm going to leave this selected here. I'm going to come back to May 10th. And thanks to Maury at Camera Bits, they have the greatest customer service and technical help by phone. He taught me this one, Control-click, move selected items here. Then I double-click on May 10th, and we see the RAW file and the slightly cleaned up, optimized version. So that does it for today. Have a great day. I do hope you visit the blog post. Every other day, the best place, free learning. In the meantime, you be great, have fun, get out and make some pictures. Love you much.